May I come in, sir?
Please come in. No, I'm not.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
We have met. We have met earlier.
Yes, sir.
So, quickly introduce yourself, Nazia.
Sir, my full name is Nazia Parveen. I am from Giridih, Jharkhand. I have done my BCom from Aligarh Muslim University in 2018. I have also worked for 1 year in private sector, sir. And then after, I am preparing for civil services only, sir.
Good. Good. Sir.
So, you are from Jharkhand.
Yes, sir.
Why it is so unsafe for women? Why I am saying is there was a recent incident.
Yes, sir. There was a very distressing incident. There was a gang rape of Spanish women in Jharkhand, sir. And it is unsafe, sir. There are few reasons for this. First is, sir, terrain is very challenging. It makes policing very tough. And second is, sir, a lack of ethics in society, sir, due to which people are committing these heinous crimes, sir. And low illiteracy is also a reason for this, sir.
Good, you mentioned the lack of ethics.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, people give different reasons for this thing. Why lack of ethics in Jharkhand? Jharkhand is a very old society and so-called tribal area. In fact, they should be very respectful towards women. When I compare with Northeast, they had a lot of terrorism there, but they are very respectful towards women.
Sir, overall, society is very good. They respect women, but sometimes there are certain anti-social elements. They might have certain issues, and this has led to this incident and lack of security for women per se, sir, in Jharkhand.
Do you think condition of women is good in Jharkhand? What is your opinion in this?
Sir, Jharkhand has 26% tribal population, and as we have seen, tribals generally have better empowerment of women, and their sex ratio is also better, sir. Jharkhand as a region is generally considered as a backward. This has resulted in low development of women, sir.
In panchayat election and municipal elections, there is a reservation. How much is the reservation for women in Jharkhand?
Sir, it is 1/3. That is
1/3. Okay. So, do you think it has not improved the condition of women? It should have been reflected in literacy rate, and then otherwise also overall empowerment, financial inclusion.
Sir, government is taking steps, and there are schemes like self-help group through which women's condition has improved. They are more employed, sir, but much more need to be done, sir, to improve the situation of women in Jharkhand, sir.
What should be done in your view?
Sir, we should promote women leaders so that they can act as role models. And secondly, sir, we should very meticulously implement all the women-centered schemes, sir.
So we were promoting leaders only when we went for participation in local elections. So they become Pradhan, Panchayat Pradhan. So there also actually Pradhan, the lady Pradhan works or her husband works? What is the system?
Sir, a few incidents I have personally seen. The phenomena of Panchayat Pati. So women are leaders, but the major work is done by their male counterparts. So we need to give leadership training to women so that they come forward more.
So you were working at relationship manager.
Yes, sir.
What was the work involved?
Sir, I have to screen the applications that come for loan, and from screening to disbursing of the loan, I have to manage the whole process, sir, and I have also to maintain the contact with the customer and solve the queries, difficulties that they may have, sir.
So you stayed there almost a year. So what was the learning from that experience when you worked there?
Sir, I worked in Indify Technologies as a relationship manager for 6 months, and that was a very enriching experience, sir. I learned how to work under pressure and how to work for the team. That I learned teamwork.
What was the pressure there?
Sir, in the month end, we have to meet our targets. So if we are short of targets, then we have to do more work. We have to stay at the office for more time, and we have to coordinate everything under pressure, sir. So that was a learning experience, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nazia,
Yes, sir.
now you have also worked in Paisabazaar.com.
Yes, sir.
What was your job there?
Sir, I was associate service consultant. My duty was to screen the application that come for loan financial product and send the lead to different departments. For example, if a person is querying for personal loan, I will check eligibility and send the lead to personal loan department, sir.
Okay, so you on your recommendations loan was sanctioned?
Sir, I was not the recommending authority directly. I will check the basic eligibility, and then bank will further verify, coordinate, sir.
If there are any bad loans also being, what is the status of Asa.com? Are all the loans are being timely paid back or there is any problem?
Yes, sir. Sir, in Paisa Bazaar, we were acting as an intermediary. So I'm not aware about the bad loan condition directly. But yes, sir, in Indify, I have seen bad loan situation. There were difficulty in recovering the loan, and the company had become more conscious in lending, sir.
Are you aware what is the procedure for recovery for somebody doesn't pay? What is they take collateral something before giving loans or without collateral?
Yes, sir. Bank give loan on different condition. There might be collateral. In Indify Technologies, where I have worked, it was without collateral. It was unsecured loan, sir.
Okay. You are also making poster on social issues. What issues you are highlighting in your posters?
Sir, any social issue that comes in news and that hits me, if I feel about that, I try to make a poster on that issue and convey a positive message via my poster, sir.
Any latest poster which you have made on what issue?
Yes, sir. Latest, I have make a few posters like prevention of child marriage and curbing the suicides.
Okay.
And I have also made poster on switching off our vehicles while we are in traffic. And I will make one more, sir, on obesity prevention. I'm planning to make on this.
So what will you suggest for obesity? What is in your mind? How to reduce it? What are its impact? How you highlight everything in one poster or you make series of posters?
Sir, I try to accommodate all the element, 2-3 element in one poster. So to convey a complete sense, I will try to promote a nutrition based diet. I will highlight the diseases that can occur because of obesity and how we can improve our lifestyle to so that we become physically active and we can curb these things, sir.
What is the difference between health and fitness?
Sir, sir, I am not exactly sure, sir. Sorry, sir, I am not exactly sure.
Okay. Your father is working having own business. Huh?
Yes, sir, he is
What are you doing?
self-employed.
Huh?
We have mini trucks and we are involved in transportation sector, sir.
Okay. In Jharkhand.
Yes, sir.
So recent there was a law relating to hit and run cases. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. In Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, there was a law that had increased the punishment in case of accident and if the driver flew from the spot without informing the police. And there were protests by truckers because of that stringent punishment, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Nazia.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am,
How are you feeling today?
ma'am, I'm feeling very good.
Yeah. You must be following or being social media. What do you use? Generally, Facebook, Insta.
Ma'am, I use Instagram, WhatsApp, and I also have account on Facebook, but I use that rarely, ma'am. Generally, Instagram I use.
So, do you see any ill effects of too much use of social media, right? A lot of young people are totally addicted to social media, and that's impacting them because on social media you only see what good is happening to everyone, right? But it also leads to more mental health issues, stress, insecurities. So, what is your experience and your friends and colleagues?
Ma'am, I try to balance social media as well as physical exercises. I don't invest too much time, but yes, ma'am, I have seen it creates a sense of deprivation. Via when we see others, they are doing so good, they have this much thing. It creates a sense of deprivation. And yes, ma'am, investing too much time on social media impacts our mental health also.
And we know that mental health is a huge challenge, crisis now, especially following COVID. Right? So, in your creating awareness through your posters, so these posters are online or offline? Do you spread your message on these issues online as well?
Yes, ma'am. Latest NCRB report have highlighted suicides have increased, and and based on that report, I had made poster, ma'am. And ma'am, I try to I make posters offline, paste in my room walls, common area, and I also post that on Instagram and give to my friends also, ma'am. Sometimes.
Okay, so what is your response on social media when you raise social issues like this? You get a good response?
Yes, ma'am. I get a good response, and yes, my friends are appreciating me, and many times they also recommend that next time make poster on this issue. Yes, ma'am. I think it creates a positive impact, ma'am.
Okay, no, you're using social media for good, right? Creating awareness.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you think the system of checks and balances, that's what was enshrined in our constitution also, right? That we have different branches. How do you think it's working today in the country?
Ma'am, checks and balances, that is a separate. In our constitution, there is no strict compartmentalization of between the three organs of government, and ma'am, it has worked quite well. For example, when legislature becomes slow, judiciary nudges them, and for example, in Vishakha guidelines, there was legislative vacuum, so Supreme Court gave that, and yes, ma'am, it is working good, and
You think the Supreme Court there's a judicial overreach? You called it nudge, right?
yes, ma'am.
Difference between nudge and overreach.
Ma'am, when Supreme Court goes one step ahead, rather than recommending or just giving a suggestion, that is a nudge kind of thing, and it starts giving administrative orders directly, as we have seen in a liquor banning case along the highways. That was a kind of judicial overreach, ma'am. And yes, ma'am, there is a very thin line between judicial activism and overreach, and it depends upon person to person how they conceive that, ma'am.
What are my last question? What are just list the three geopolitical challenges that India is facing?
Ma'am, first is issue of because of Russia-Ukraine war and also a crisis in Middle East. One is challenge in diplomatic balancing and making our policy nuanced, neutral. That is one challenge. Second is, ma'am, in our neighborhood, we have seen anti-India stance in many neighborhood countries. So countering that perception of a big brother kind of attitude is the another challenge. And third would be, ma'am, geo-economic, like managing our FTAs well, and making supply chain, we can get integrated in the supply chain.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nazia.
Nazia, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So first start with your service preferences. So your first preference is IAS and then IPS.
Yes, sir.
So I'll come back to IAS in some time. So how do you contribute if you are an IPS officer?
Sir, being a IPS officer, I will do all my duties with full determination and hard work, and I will try to make policing more friendly, more accessible to people, and I will also contribute by using the technology, and I will also emphasize in community policing, sir, so that a good relationship is built between the police department and citizens, sir. And yes, sir, I will boost the morals of the people or officers working with me, and I will do everything to positively contribute by being an IPS officer, sir.
Okay, so if you are an IAS officer, so how do you ensure policies are more women-centric policies?
Sir, while in policy formulation stage, if I am there, I will take the interest of women stakeholder by having discussion with them, and while in implementation stage, I will ensure that no women beneficiaries are left out, and I will ensure that all the women-friendly policies are implemented in letter and in spirit, sir.
Okay, so your optional subject is political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
So how far do you agree with the statement that India's big brother attitude is troubling our neighborhood first policy?
Sir, India is a huge country in geographic term, in economic term too, sir. So smaller countries many times have this insecurity that they might get overshadowed, and because of few incidents like 1971 war and sending our troops in Sri Lanka, this image got created, sir. But now India, India is India is India is trying to overcome that image and working on equal terms. India respects the sovereignty, integrity, and implements policy as per the requirement of the country, sir.
Are there any recent evidences that tells that we have shown that neighborhood, big brother attitude supporting?
Sir, one incident that comes to my mind is the Madheshi crisis of Nepal that could have been handled in a much better way, sir.
That was 9 years back.
Yes, sir. And one more recently, sir. Sir, not a big brother, but elder brother and as a helping hand. In the spirit of Gujarat doctrine, we had helped Sri Lanka, sir. That we have helped in a positive sense, sir.
Attitude is taken more in negative sense.
Yes, sir. It creates a sense of insecurity among the countries, sir. And then certain section use that for creating anti-India sentiments in the countries.
Okay, so there are many good points. Okay, next, with respect to demographic crisis, have you heard of this term in the recent periods?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me the context and explain what was it?
Sir, falling fertility, in many countries, fertility rate is going much beyond the TFR rate. For example, in China, in South Korea, in Japan. So this term is being used about a demographic crisis, sir.
Okay. So, and one question from your commerce and accountants. You have commerce or commerce and accountancy?
Commerce and accountancy, sir.
Okay. So, from purely commerce background point of view, how do you analyze current India's international trade?
Pardon me, sir.
How do you explain India's international trade and commerce?
Sir, India's merchandise trade has crossed $1 trillion, but we are importing more. Our merchandise trade deficit is around 270 billion, but our overall current account deficit has came down, sir, because oil prices has reduced because of that reason, and our services export has increased. And recently India has signed a free trade agreement with 4 European countries, and is also in process of negotiating other FTAs with EU, UK, and India is trying to become self-reliant, sir, and increasing domestic manufacturing capabilities, and trying to curb its dependence on one particular country. And we have very good schemes, sir, like Make in India, PLI India. So India is doing very good, sir, I will say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ms. Nazia Parveen, your date of birth is 9/11/97. Why is 9/11 such a familiar date?
Sir, on 9/11, there was a terrorist attack on United States. So this is the one thing that comes to my mind.
All right, let's stick to that. Was it 9/11 or according to you 11/9?
Sir, in India it would be 11/9, but in United States month is written before the date, so it is 9/11, sir.
So why is it that America हमेशा उल्टा क्यों चलता है? I mean, the British system was always, they would have said 11/9. The British and the Indians, they're driving on the right side of the road. Therefore, the Americans drive on the left side. All of Europe, देखा देखी वो भी left side. Do you know the origin of this left hand side, right hand side driving?
Sir, sorry, I am not aware about this. I will read about this, sir.
Parna, it's very interesting. It has to do with horses, not to do with men at all, with the automobiles at all. Okay, it has to do with horses. Okay, while on this, what was the political effect of this 9/11 terrorist attack on USA, on the world, and on India? आराम से बताइए सोच के. What was unique about 9/11 for USA?
Sir, one uniqueness is war on terror policy became mainstay of United States, and they then launched a strike in Afghanistan. So that impact is even felt today, sir. And on India, then after India faced attack on Parliament. So India and
वो बिल्कुल मुख्तलिफ इंसिडेंट था, वो हादसा बिल्कुल अलग था. इंडिया के ऊपर तो सारे ही भर में कोई ना कोई टेररिस्ट अटैक कभी कहीं हो रहा है. What was the effect of 9/11 on, incidentally, this fellow Osama bin Laden? Was he from Afghanistan?
Sir, I am not sure exactly about the from which country he.
Saudi national.
Thank you, sir.
He was a Saudi national, Saudi billionaire, and a lot of his investment was in USA. So why didn't USA invade Saudi Arabia? Why did they go to Afghanistan?
Extremely sorry, sir. Actually, USA did not invaded Afghanistan only because of Osama bin Laden, And yes, sir, they had this intelligent report.
Yes, intelligence report that he is hiding somewhere in the Bora Bora Hills, Tora Bora Hills, whatever. All right. So that was it. Why did this bring the war on terror closer on Pakistan? Have you read about the Haqqani network?
Yes, sir.
What can you tell me about it? The Al Qaeda, its connections with Haqqani network, and so on.
Sir, when
Actually, that is how India got sucked into it.
yes,
Okay, via Pakistan. Afghanistan via Pakistan, that is how. Otherwise, indigenous terrorist attacks we have been having for quite some time. So essentially, India did not have noticed anything special about 9/11 का हम पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. हमारा तो वैसे भी बहुत कुछ हो रहा था. But this part, you please tell me about. If not, we'll go over.
sir,
The
I'm
next
not
question.
exactly sure.
So please पढ़ लीजिएगा.
Yes, sir, I
Alright,
will.
आपका कब है interview?
2nd of April.
So you have some time. Please read about this. Okay. UCC,
Yes, sir.
as in Uttarakhand,
Yes, sir.
it is commonly perceived that it is targeting certain things of the Muslim community. I am not entering that part. Please convince me that UCC is doing some, as has been passed, is going to bring in some positive changes in the other communities. Which provisions?
Sir, one provision is in live-in relationships, women, if abandoned, will get.
Okay, next point.
And so they have given equal property rights to women also.
Laws of inheritance.
Yes, sir. This is a positive impact, and
Next.
the child born out of live-in relationships will have inheritance rights.
Maintenance. Okay, maintenance and inheritance. All right.
And I am able to recall this much points, sir.
Certain kinds of marriage, inbreeding, okay, they have been prohibited across all communities. Even in Christian communities it was happening. In certain Hindu communities it was happening in a different way.
Yes, sir. Polygamy
Polygamy तो है ही.
has been banned.
Polygamy has been banned. Polyandry has also been banned.
Yes, sir.
Polyandry कहाँ कहाँ होता है?
In certain tribes of South Africa.
आज साउथ अफ्रीका नहीं भाई, भारत में होता है. इतना दूर मत जाओ. यूसीसी साउथ अफ्रीका में कैसे लगेगा?
Yes, sir. There are certain tribes. There is polyandry. I am not able to recall the.
Northeast India में there are certain Galong tribe and certain tribes of Uttarakhand also, Himachal and Uttarakhand. Anyway, last, inland waterways, Ganga Vilas, right? NW1 is that Ganga thing. Now, where has a huge multimodal terminal been set up in your city?
Sir, it is in Sahibganj district, sir.
Good. Your interview is over. All the
Thank you,
best.
sir.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
All the best.
All the best, Nazia.